Dale Earnhardt Jr. was never Denny Hamlin's biggest fan. In fact, for years, their careers ran side by side with tension, rivalry, and sharp opinions. So when Earnhardt Jr. suddenly admits his admiration for Hamlin has grown exponentially, it raises one big question. What changed? What did he see behind the scenes that made him rethink everything about one of NASCAR's most polarizing drivers? To understand why it matters, you have to understand who these two men are and what they represent in NASCAR today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is more than a retired driver. He is a bridge between eras, the son of Dale Earnhardt, a two-time Daytona 500 winner, a former most popular driver for 15 consecutive seasons. Now, a team owner, broadcaster, and influential voice in garage discussions. When he speaks, people listen. Denny Hamlin is still in the middle of the fight, a veteran driver for Joe Gibbs Racing, a multiple-time Daytona 500 winner, one of the winningest drivers of his generation without a championship. He is also a team owner at 23XI Racing, which has pushed NASCAR legally and politically over the past 2 years. For much of Hamlin's career, admiration was not the first word that came to mind when fans described him. He was polarizing, confident, sometimes blunt, often willing to challenge NASCAR publicly. He did not always take the safe route in interviews, and that approach made him a target. But Earnhardt Jr. sees something deeper now. He has openly admitted that his respect for Hamlin's talent, preparation, and approach has grown significantly. Not slightly, not marginally, exponentially. That word carries weight. Earnhardt Jr. has explained that as both of them have matured, he has begun to appreciate the level of work Hamlin puts into his craft. It is not just natural talent. It is not just race day instinct. It is preparation, film study, simulation time, physical conditioning, strategy discussions, ownership responsibilities. Hamlin's schedule is packed, yet his performance remains elite. In an era where the next-gen car has tightened the field and reduced some advantages that veteran drivers once relied on, Hamlin has remained consistently competitive. That consistency demands discipline. Earnhardt Jr. recognizes that. There is also context behind this shift in tone. The past 2 years have been turbulent for NASCAR. The introduction of the next-gen car changed the competitive balance. Superspeedway racing has evolved into tighter packs and narrower margins. There have been heated debates about the playoff format. There have been legal disputes involving charter agreements and team ownership rights. Through all of it, Hamlin has been vocal. Some drivers choose silence. Hamlin rarely does. As a co-owner of 23XI Racing, alongside Michael Jordan, he has stepped into boardrooms as well as driver meetings. When charter disputes surfaced, he was one of the most public voices challenging NASCAR's structure. When changes to the playoff format were discussed, he weighed in directly. That kind of visibility can be risky. It can strain relationships. It can create friction. But Earnhardt Jr. appears to respect that willingness to engage. From his perspective, Hamlin is not just racing for trophies. He is shaping the direction of the sport, and that requires courage. Both men have also spoken about NASCAR's momentum heading into the 2026 season. After off-season adjustments and discussions between teams and leadership, there is a growing sense that collaboration is improving. Earnhardt Jr. and Hamlin share cautious optimism. They believe the sport has an opportunity right now. The playoff format changes have started a big debate. Some fans do not like it. Others think it could help the sport. Denny Hamlin has often said the championship should reward the full season, not just the final races. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has also talked about finding the right balance between entertainment and fairness. The fact that both of them are part of this discussion shows how much influence they have. Earnhardt Jr.'s praise for Hamlin is important because it comes from watching him closely, not from old memories. Hamlin is still racing and still winning. He is not a retired legend. He is active and competing at a high level. In recent years, Hamlin has won races while also being a team owner. That is not easy. As a driver, you focus on speed and strategy. As an owner, you worry about money, sponsors, team morale, and business decisions. Earnhardt Jr. understands this because he owns Junior Motorsports. He knows about the stress, the long nights, and the tough choices. Seeing Hamlin manage both jobs and still fight for championships has changed how he views him. There is also a personal side to it. For years, people judged Hamlin for not winning a Cup championship. Even with many wins, that missing title followed him. Earnhardt Jr. understands that feeling. He also retired without a Cup championship. He knows how careers can be reduced to one missing trophy. Now, instead of focusing on what Hamlin has not won, Earnhardt Jr. focuses on what he keeps doing well: staying competitive, leading during tough times, speaking honestly when others stay quiet. Hamlin's preparation stands out too. He studies data, he watches race footage, he works closely with engineers, he learns every detail of the next-gen car. In NASCAR, tiny differences decide races, and that preparation matters. The results show it. Hamlin is strong on all types of tracks. When rules change, he adapts. When tires change, he adjusts. When strategies shift, he evolves. That ability to adjust is one reason Earnhardt Jr.'s respect for him has grown. That adaptability may be one of the reasons Earnhardt Jr.'s admiration has grown so sharply. Hamlin has embraced that role in his own way. He uses his podcast platform to discuss internal issues. He speaks openly about rule changes. Earnhardt Jr. operates similarly through broadcasting and team ownership. He is thoughtful, analytical, willing to challenge, but rarely reckless. As NASCAR approaches 2026, both see potential for growth. Hamlin was at the forefront of those discussions that surfaced recently, highlighted tensions between teams and NASCAR leadership. Earnhardt Jr., while less confrontational publicly, has also expressed the importance of sustainable business models for teams. Earnhardt Jr. sees in Hamlin a competitor who has evolved, a driver who has matured, an owner who is learning quickly, a spokesman who is unafraid of complexity. And fans are beginning to see it too. Perception does not change fast in sports. It takes years. But when Dale Earnhardt Jr. says his respect for Denny Hamlin has grown a lot, people pay attention. NASCAR has always lived on rivalries. Drama brings headlines, tension brings ratings, but respect can be just as powerful. Hamlin has not changed who he is. He still races hard. He still blocks aggressively. He still speaks his mind. What has changed is how people see him. Earnhardt Jr.'s words show that shift. As 2026 gets closer, NASCAR still has questions. The playoff format will be debated. Super speedway racing will divide opinions. The next-gen car will keep evolving. Money and team deals will stay under the spotlight. Through it all, Hamlin and Earnhardt Jr. will help shape the story. One inside the car, one outside of it. Their respect does not remove competition, it makes it stronger. Because real respect between rivals lifts the sport. It shows that greatness takes hard work. Leadership is not easy. Growth takes time. Hamlin is still chasing his first championship. Earnhardt Jr. understands that pressure. Now, when they talk about each other, the tone is different. In NASCAR, legacy is not only about trophies. It is also about how other drivers see you when the race is over. And right now, Dale Earnhardt Jr. sees Denny Hamlin in a very strong light.